right? But that is actually a drop in the ocean compared to what you could be doing or what you could be making if you went and fixed up that which is ours. And these are the areas that most of the time I look at, and it does kind of like pain me, because I think about it that, yeah, I'm over here, I've accomplished this, I've accomplished that, and I feel proud of myself. Yes, I was in the British military and I was a policeman, and I work in close protection. I'm an anti-terrorism specialist and blah, 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 blah. And I go back to Nigeria and I'm telling people, yeah, in the United Kingdom, this is who I am. But the United Kingdom doesn't actually recognize me for who I am. As far as they're concerned, I'm just another pawn in a chess game. But in Africa, where you can make a difference, in Africa, whatever African nation you come from, you could be there, right? You could be there and you'd be recognized for what you do. In fact, you'd be recognized to the point where the Western world would actually, they would literally sit up, and your name would probably be trending. How about that? Because of the fact that, hold on a second, here's someone who has, thank you very much, Mummy Joe. You'd probably be someone who has just upset the status quo. Because of the fact that you've just done something that they weren't expecting. They're not expecting. It's like when you're in school, and your teacher tells you off, or your parent tells you off, or someone older than you, they're not expecting you to answer back. They're not expecting you to answer back, but you just did. And in so doing, you actually just upset the status quo. So they don't know, what angle you're coming from or what you intend to do. Thank you. You don't look. Thank you for the heart, me. They're not expecting you to respond, but you're responding. And because you're responding, all of a sudden, you're someone of interest, right? Not in a bad way, even though a lot of the time when you see what happens with these people, and I call them these people, they put you out there as a person of interest, and not in a good way. Thank you for the gift. Right, and not in a good way. They tend to label you, and all of a sudden, and something that we've come to, well, I would say we've come to accept because we've got no choice, and that is, the moment you speak against the institution, right, you have become a person of interest. The moment you're trying to tell your people, hold on a second, they're stealing from us. They're taking what's ours, what's rightfully ours. And they shouldn't be. You become a person of interest. And when you become a person of interest, right, then that's when you actually know you're actually doing something right. Because nobody expects you to fight back. Nobody expects, especially in the Western world, they don't expect you to speak against the institution. You're supposed to sit there and obey. Now, it's getting to that point. Yesterday I was saying to someone, everyone seems to think that those of us over here in the UK, the US, and outside of Nigeria, we only talk because, yes, we're here talking. Why don't we go back to Nigeria and talk? And I keep telling people, listen, you don't know me, right? I'm one of those who's trying to go home. I'm one of those who's trying to go back to places like Nigeria and make a difference. Now I really would like to hear from some of you guys who are in the room already. I like to bounce off other people's energy. Now, if you just press the join button, and speak to us. Speak to us. Good morning, Travel with Grace. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. Welcome on board. This is another Saturday where we are sharing and educating ourselves, as you well know, because you're one of our regulars. on as I like to call it, security in the new normal. People need to thank you for the heart, me. I like to call it security in the new. I'm actually going to probably change it to, I mean, let's talk security in the new normal, because a lot of people, especially those of us who live out in diaspora, we get a job as a security officer or security guard, and people seem to think, yeah, that's it. I'm in. I do security. I'm a security man. But the thing is, you do the work, but do you study? Security is a lot more than standing around in Tesco, Sainsbury's, uh, uh, Chicken Republic in Nigeria, or any of these places where you stand up in the car park and you got on a uniform and you're standing in the heat. There's a lot more to security than that, you know. But we really need to come together and start educating ourselves on this. Now, I've got a few people on the StreamYard. Good morning, guys. How we doing? It's
Good
good.
morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good to have you, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. Good to have you,
Excellent,
sir.
excellent.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We as you all know, we're streaming on two platforms here. We've got the StreamYard and the TikTok. So those of you on StreamYard, I greet you. Those of you on TikTok, I greet you. Um, and it's another fantastic day. I'm actually waiting for the entrance of His Excellency. Uh, on both platforms, because I'm actually planning on making this a short one today. So by 10:30, quarter to 11, I need to wrap up, because as I said earlier, I've been triple booked today to go. As you can see from what I'm wearing, there's an event that I've been invited to today, and as a special guest, and I seriously have to be there. But I can't afford to let my people down on a Saturday morning, because you guys bless me. You guys make me feel relevant, and you guys add substance to whatever it is and what it is that I do. So I thank you all, and may God bless you. So going back to what we were saying, you know, who have I got here? This is hold on. Let me. Right, I can read it now. Tennyson, good morning. Olufulayo Bakari, good morning. Oluwashi Udushagu. Bro, I haven't seen or heard from you in ages. How are you?
I've been good. Thank you, sir. Been very busy.
Excellent,
I'm good.
excellent,
Thank you.
excellent, amazing.
Thank
I'm,
Right.
I'm,
Um,
I'm good here
since I'm
too. Good morning.
yeah, since I'm seeing you today, please bless me or bless us with a few words of encouragement, because we're talking security, and as I said, in today's new normal, right? There's a lot going on. There's been a lot going on, and we seriously need to start focusing on how to bring things back to where they need to be, especially in places like Nigeria, where, in my eyes and in my view, security is taken for granted, and we shouldn't be doing that. You know, what are your views on this, and how do you think, or what do you think would be the way forward? Oluwashi.
Thank you so very much, sir. Really appreciate what you are doing. In the global clusters, we value you, sir, so very much for assisting young people like us to see that we can have a real model that have interest in us. Sir, please allow me to say this. Please permit me to say this, sir. Uh, the ambassador has really been like a guardian angel to most of us here in Nigeria, because he himself could just be at his corner saying that he's sufficient, self-sufficient, and don't mind us here. You understand? And you also, you are so consistent. You look at the vision of the ambassador and you follow suit. Sir,
Thank you.
you are like an uncle that we wanted to have. You understand? That we wish we had. You understand?
Thank
Not
you
that
much.
we don't have them. Not that we don't have them. We have them, but we have been kind of left out. Most of them believe that, well, guys, is your life. You can fix it the way you want to live your life. You understand? But you, even as in your own conveniences and your inconveniences, you see, look at, let me look down and just assist these people, see that they can have hope. Now, that's where the problem is lying. Now, most of the youths, uh, most of the things that we do, I'm talking right now in the aspect of the youth. I'm identified with the youth because this is true. Most of us, we are being neglected. Not that we don't want to try. Most of us, we have this energy. But energy will always be energy. You can't break it. You understand? It should be there. It depends on what you want to channel it with. So life is life. It's either you are good or you're bad. You
That's
can't just
right.
you can't just tell me to just be with all my potentials and just be waiting and be hoping. I would definitely channel it to something.
Most
You understand?
definitely. Hmm.
You see, the issue of security is very simple. Very, very simple. My story is just kind of very funny, sir. When you look at where all these vices are coming from, you see that it's most of from the slums, from the ghetto. Yeah, things happen also in the elites, but there will be some constraint. Now, in the ghetto, they feel like in the slum, they feel like nobody cares about us and we have to survive.
Hmm.
Now, when they have people that really cares about them, yes, we have the local government chairman, we have the people there to monitor and everything.
Michael, the
So,
sound has gone off.
Yep. Go on then. Yeah. So carry on.
yeah, I'm
Jay.
still here. I'm
Yeah.
still
Carry
here.
on.
I'm still all right. Thank you, sir. So, what I'm saying is that you see, when you make a youth busy, like real busy, we have so much potential, sir. A youth can do so much. When I'm a strong Yoruba boy, a Yoruba
Hmm.
man. Wọ́n máa ní pé ọwọ́ tó bá dilẹ̀ ni èṣù ń wáṣẹ́ fún. It's just true. It's no cap. It's 100%.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. The idol's hand is the devil's workshop. Now,
That's right.
you see, the global clusters has made most of us that has been consistent. The ambassador has given us some responsibility that we don't even have spare time. Not
Hmm.
that we are living a boring life, but ambassador is pushing us to do a lot. In
That's
fact,
right.
sometimes 4 hours is not enough for us. We are
Hmm.
so big. My friend Mr. Tennessee, my friend Mr. Fares, my friend Mr. Afolabi, you know, we don't, most of us have not even met one on one, but we do a lot of things together. Instead of us saying, you want to fight, you want to do this, you want to go for nobody can call me for a protest now because
Hmm.
I will tell the person, bro, I'm so busy.
Hmm.
And you see, the ambassador gave us a lot of opportunities to explore. It will never, there are some people, what is being created by the ambassador? I'm so grateful for you, sir. I have it. I can see behind you that you are carrying the global clusters is there, 100%. People like you is what we need here. Now, the ambassador is not someone that will bring you and be using you. No, he wants you to explore. He wants you to be big. He wants you to be your own self. He will tell you that you have a potential and he will never bring you down. He
No,
will
of
never
course not.
give you and dump you. He wants you to grow. When a youth see that somebody have trust in me, somebody believe in my potential, and this person want me to grow, that person would have the opportunity to change and be better.
That's right.
Now, when we are busy doing something, and we have someone that believes in us, sir, even this insecurity that we are talking about, if you look at it properly, some people are using them for some gains. They are
Hmm.
using people for some gains. Is it banditry? Is it terrorism? Is it
That's right.
unrest and all that? Some people are giving them weapons. In fact, some weapons that these guys have is so massive than even our military.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
for you to know how to use that, you have to be very smart.
Most
That means
definitely.
there are youth that some people are using. So they are taking advantage, understand, of what is happening. And it's not just about the government. I'm not sure. I don't think that, I see the government as a parent, as a father. There's no father that wants to give birth to children and say, okay, these children, I'm giving birth to them for them to be fighting to destroying themselves.
Hmm.
No, there's no same parent that will say, okay, I want to procreate for the purpose of destruction.
Hmm.
So there are some people that are taking advantage. Now it's the youth now that will wake up. Now we have people like you, we have the ambassador. Now let's come together. Let's keep ourselves busy. Let's learn skills that are useful, and we'll continue to utilize our potential. When we are busy, there's nobody that is useless. No, there's wonderful things that we can do. Now look at what you are calling our attention to. Now when I'm busy, and it's just about having the four walls classroom education. There are so many skills we can learn. An individual, sir,
Mm-hmm.
an individual as human can do so much, irrespective of any disabilities or challenges or special features. They can do so much. We have we have Paralympics. So we have people that do sports on wheelchairs. They do a lot of things. Yeah, there are a lot of things that we can engage our youth. Look at what is happening in sports, sir. Look at what is happening in the music industry. Look at what is when we bring all this our youth and channel their energy to what they can do, not what we want them to become. We're
That's
gonna
right.
have a we're gonna have a wonderful society. Everybody's gonna be exploring. Everybody's gonna shine in their own way. Nobody's gonna envy another person because this one is shining, I'm not shining. Everybody's gonna be so busy producing. When we are productive, you mentioned something when I came here. I heard you talking about becoming a person of interest. How
Mm-hmm.
can you be a person of interest? It's when you have something to deliver, sir.
Right.
When you have something, when I have a service, I used to tell my friends, bro, if you like, continue to complain from now till next year. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a product to, if you don't have a product to sell or a service to render to solve a problem, you'll be poor, bro. You continue to compete till the kingdom come. So
Definitely.
it is when we start producing. Now, nobody, okay, not every one of us can have something to produce, but definitely we can have a service to render. A lot is needed. A lot is needed to be done. There's so much. There's so much. There's a song that probably not they finish. Sir, there's a lot to be done,
Oh
and
yeah.
we just need to encourage our youth. There's so many skills that you can learn, relevant skills today that you can. In fact, if you are going to IT alone is vast. IT can be also be incorporated into security. That
Yes,
our system,
definitely.
our everything, the tech into security, and learning how to use these things empower you a lot. We are talking about AI today, sir. You will definitely support this, that AI has been so vast. AI has just gone beyond just word or text alone. AI is vast. So you learning how to use all this tech alone will make you empowered in knowledge, will make you have finances, you have something in your pocket, and you'll be so busy. Nobody wants to call you to fight, or there won't be any unrest. So
No.
making ourselves a person of interest is when we start adding value to ourselves. Yeah, sometimes not every one of us have the opportunity to pay for courses, to pay for trainings. But yeah, there are some free trainings that are available. We should encourage our youth and our parents also, sir. Some parents they just want their children to be what they did not become.
Mm-hmm.
Your child you can't you are not seeing your child doing anything tangible. Your child is living a flashy life. Yeah, we understand that the internet is so vast. There are a lot of money on the internet, but be sure that your child is doing the right thing.
That's
We
right.
have people in Nigeria that they are so skillful that they are working abroad. They are doing remote jobs. That is real. Yeah, we have legit people like that doing remote jobs because they have learned, they have upskilled themselves to
Mm-hmm.
scale up in their field. So
Mm-hmm.
when our youth are so busy doing something, that's why in the global clusters we want you to be whole. That's why we're talking about certificate. Know how to
Yes,
do something.
that's
When you are
right.
busy doing something, you won't have time. Sir, sometimes that you don't see me on the call on Saturdays because I'm so freaking busy.
Oh,
I've
I
been so
know. Oh, I know. I
from
know.
Monday to Friday. And it's because this period is holiday, school is on holiday this period. So this Saturday is kind of free for me, so I can join. Previously,
Oh
Monday
yeah.
to Friday was so busy for me. Sometimes I sleep just 4 hours a day, like my 24 hours, I have just 4 hours sleep, and Saturday I just have to stretch my sleep on Saturday sometimes. Sometimes I woke 10 a.m., sometimes 11. So, but now this is holiday period, I can just join. So I'm so busy that nobody can call me to just cause trouble. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot on my table personally, in my profession, in the global clusters. In that way, I am making myself a person of interest. You
Yes,
understand? I am
definitely.
making my people will think about me. Oh, you want to do something? Oh, reach out. Now, look at what you just did right now, sir. It's just the example. You saw me on the call. Oh, this guy, how have you been? It's been a while because you have been seeing what we have been doing together in the global cluster.
That's right.
Sir, we're so grateful for you. I don't want to think this is not my call, it's a call. Well, I'm grateful for being here today. And I'll forever be grateful to the ambassador and to people like you coming on board, supporting us and believing in us that Nigeria could be better. And I know that when you are coming with value, helping us, engaging our youth to see themselves and using the Global Clusters platform to reorientate us, like what we do in our mind surgery, getting everybody together, making sure that we can be better because every developed nation developed by their own people being developed. Thank you so very much, sir. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Amazing. That's a word I've become accustomed to now on this Global Clusters platform, because that is our president's favorite word. But that was truly amazing. I'm actually very grateful to have you here today. I think you're the 001 certificate of the Global Clusters, and I'm so
001 review. 001 review.
That's it. 001. I knew you was a 001 or something. I'm so grateful, because you see what it is I've this time last year I had not long excuse me, I had not long been brought into this fantastic family that we call the Global Clusters, and it has grown in leaps and bounds since then. And I've gotten to meet and been introduced to some of the greatest minds to walk on African soil. And it's absolutely amazing how just when you think that, yes, you've just graduated from university or you've just done a master's degree in something and you're beginning to go places, you suddenly meet someone who's teaching you just that little bit more than what you thought you knew. And it's absolutely amazing how all these people can come together with one goal, with one target, with one aim, in one accord. And that one accord is to fix that which has been broken. Within the Global Clusters, those who don't know about it, right? It's not just about security, right? Security is my area, and I've over the months and over the last year, I have been so blessed to have met and been introduced to and joined forces with some of the best minds in industry, not just security, in industry as a whole. I think the most biggest and the most prime example is His Excellency, the actual president, the global president of the Global Clusters himself, because this man, I used to think that I was a workaholic. I used to think that I worked tirelessly. I used to think that I was the only man who survived on 2 to 3 hours sleep. And then I met His Excellency, the global president. And then I realized that, I got 3 hours, and for every 3 hours that I got, he was getting 1.5. This is a man who, even on his sickbed, had to get someone to either find him a phone or a laptop because he needed to log in, right? And to make sure that we were all we all got our daily nourishment of knowledge, and inspiration. Dr. Alex, I see you've just entered the room. Can you please come in onto the stand, please? Because I'm actually going to need you to speak today. Dr. Alex. I'd also like to acknowledge the grand entrance of His Excellency, the Global President of the Global Cluster, in the person of His Excellency, Dr. Adekunle Badmus. Sir, I'm not going to ask you to speak. Good morning, Dr. Alex. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Fine, thank you.
It's good. It's good to have you on board. Your Excellency, I'm saluting you, sir. Good morning. It's good to have you on board.
Excellent morning to you. Excellent morning to Dr. Alex. Dr. Alex, revolution. Wow. Excellent good morning to Lusterian Grace, the grace to travel, grace to grace. Amazing, doing an amazing job. Lusterian Miriam, Mommy Jia, you're doing fantastically well. And I want to acknowledge the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Cluster, retired Sir Michael Colonel Gbenga Oshin.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Oga.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to see that forward-thinking Nigerians are here doing what they know how to do, and ensuring that we dish this thing out there for the people, for the good people of Nigeria, for the good people of Africa, to let them know that Nigeria will be great again, Africa will be great again, and the greatness we all crave for in Africa and Nigeria, we are the investment. Somebody said, ask me who? You.
That's
Dr.
right.
Alex, you are the investment.
That's right.
Travel with Grace, you are the investment.
That's
Grace
right.
to Grace, you are the investment.
That's
Mommy
right.
you are the investment.
That's right.
Colonel Oshin, you are the investment. I am the investment.
That's right.
I am the one. It is the change that happens in my life that will actually, make Nigerian great. Imagine that change, when it happens in my life, I'm conscious enough to replicate my kind. You understand? And we are in a cluster of 6, and we said, or 7 here, and we said, okay, we're ready to make change and replicate same cluster. You understand? In million or billion folds, it's to know that the change will happen in every community. So I'm super excited. Let's talk security. It's not just a talk, it's a movement. It's a movement. It's a movement. And let us all rally around this great movement. And I will keep saying this. I will not stop saying it. And I want it to be cut and to be replayed so that people will know. I'm begging meaningful, forward-thinking Nigerian that is thinking like the way we're thinking to please bring retired Colonel Gbenga Oshin home for me. I want him in Nigeria. I want him to come back and use his wealth of experience to help us in the security thing that we have here. You understand? All of us, I don't need to be talking about negative thing, because I understand that when you talk about something, it amplifies itself.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
So when you talk about something too much, it grows. When you talk about something too much, it has all the wings. It's like you're giving it the all the ingredients for it to actually grow itself. So not to give it all the ingredients, and just to make sure that we focus on a better Nigeria, a better Africa, and that is what the Global Cluster stands for. And that is what all clusteria, they are all embodiment of global and local opportunities. I want people to hear from Dr. Alex, the certificate revolution. It's something we're focused on this year. You understand? So I want people to hear about that. We know that most of the insecurity is as a result of an idle hand, which is the devil's workshop. The insecurity, we're talking about security, we're talking about, how do you, how do you take consciousness of securing your neighborhood and all of those things. But if you are engaged meaningfully, you will not think of anything to create any form of insecurity or insurgencies. So, having said that, I want to stop here a little bit, and let's have the certificate revolution man talk his thing, and let people learn from what we have for the people. Over to you, sir.
Dr. Alex?
Hello, can we hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Good morning, everyone, and happy new month. I see a month of transformation. I see the real Augusta blessing now. And it's going to be a very amazing one for all of us. Thank you so much, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, the whole 01 Global President the global cluster. We thank you. We really appreciate what you're doing in the community, even the entire world at large. The fitness, the little contribution we're making here and there, coming together to make a lot of global change, bringing about global transformation in this era of globalization, leveraging on technology like the global cluster. Thank you so much. It's amazing to hear from you again. My corner, you just catch these days, so it's not even easy to catch up with you, sir.
You know something? I was gonna say the same thing to you, because you know, you're so busy, yourself and the global president. You're so busy that getting hold of you guys is like winning the lottery. The fact that I've got both of you here today and Cluster and Uluashi, right? All three of you on the platform today, for me, it's like I feel like I've won the lottery. You know.
in all honesty, lately, I've been since June now. Mm-hmm. It's been a turnaround of schedule for me. I've been so busy. But I think I want to take it easy in September. Mm-hmm. Not even September, because I've got 2 events in September.
Well, you actually can't take it easy, because the reason why I was trying to get hold of you these last few days is because there's been some developments, and we need to talk with regards to security training, etc., and so forth. So myself, yourself, and the global president, we need to have maybe a WhatsApp meeting or a Zoom meeting to talk about events that should be coming up within the next month or so. There's a lot of work to do, and it probably could culminate in me coming to Nigeria at some point, because you know, there's so much going on, and I see a massive turnaround, and a lot of this is due to the hard work of people like Dr. Badmus, like yourself, like Cluster and Rashi, Tennyson, and everybody else who, you know, they wear their hearts on their sleeves, and you know, they thoroughly believe in what we're doing. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. So just when you think you're about to go on a vacation, please unthink it, because we've got work to do.
I got you. Honestly, I got that. And I'm in 100%. I'm in. I'm always ready. And I've also want to talk to that a lot is happening actually. Last month I trained a retired soldier general in London, and he came in for a short holiday, and he said to me, I don't want to go back home without having a certification. I just want to get something along before I go back home. Then we organized artificial intelligence for security in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Then after it was a 12 hours training for 2 days. Then we got talking. Then he said to me, he can actually bring a lot of people from his unit, because he's a retired major general, something. He will bring some people who love to discuss business and the likes. And I think leveraging on people like that could actually make Nigeria, with support of Ambassador Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin, we can actually do something huge in Nigeria. If possible, even bring some people to the UK for training. This summer, I was able to get some schools to come from Nigeria for a short program. They'll be arriving on the 26th of this month. About 3 schools from Nigeria, which of them have about 10 students, which is some people are willing to come here for training, as long as they're going to get a lot of values. And believe you me, we got you, we got myself, we got other people who can actually support us to deliver excellent and quality training to these people. People are willing to make such investment. Basically, before I continue my speech this morning, I want to appreciate G2G. Thank you for being in the room with us this morning. Travel with Grace, thank you so much. I also want to appreciate Mommy Joy. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in the comment section. Thank you for being here, Lainka. Thank you, Fola. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in the room. I actually believe that education, civilization, communication, intellectual conversation, intelligent movement has a lot of contributions into transformation in the area of security, in food, in every area. Everything that will happen to anybody, nation or woman or business in this generation will start from information, Then it will grow from information to conversation. We love those are very informed. We've got low of knowledge, but if we're not communicating it, it's not going to result to anything. So no matter how big your idea, your involvement, your creativity, your education, your skill set are, without you starting getting other people know that I'm informed about this, no matter kind of information you have at hand, if it's not being communicated and communicated rightly, then it will not impact people, or it will have lesser impact on people. And we, in the entire world today, we are a product of information, knowledge sharing to us, or everything we've acquired. We speak in English, we learned ABC, some people wrote it down. We learned some of this, what people wrote it down, who passed it across to us, we grab it, and today we can actually flint in it. And some other things we've done in our life is as a result of some people passing the knowledge across to us. Learning is a continuous thing. It actually happens from the date of birth to the date of death. And people need to be involved in it. We need to see ourselves as an opportunity for other people to actually grab the change that their life actually needs. Now, we need to start communicating about everything that we know it will enhance our nation. We need to be passionate about nation building, human capital development, professional and career development for people. And this could only start by having communication. I will share a bit of my story with you. I was in Nigeria many years ago, never thought about coming to the UK because I was doing very good. I was a big boy. So there's no need for me to travel to anywhere. Anywhere I want to go in the world, I can actually afford it. Until I was kidnapped. And after the kidnapping, my uncle started telling me, what about you visiting the UK? Sorry, coming to the UK. You've always been visited, actually been visited. So you've always been visited. Why can't you come and just look into, maybe you want to stay back, do masters or do something, you can stay back. And I'm like, does it worth it? Is it going to work it? Living 1 year, living my business in the life? He said it's going to worth it. Then we start that conversation. From the conversation, okay, get this contact, talk to this person, apply to this school, to this, to that, and before you know, everything becomes a reality. 6 years down now, we're still like this conversation that just started from a sitting room of my uncle in Lagos. His friend just called and said, "Hey, what's happening?" My brother was kidnapped. I just wanted to take a break out of this country for a while, and blah 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 blah. And the thing come to now, we have a PhD in the UK. The thing happened with children, everything is just there, properties, everything. It's just how many years ago? If the conversation has not started, this impact will not have happened. And as a matter of fact, the person that really did the biggest job out of it is the person that actually opened that conversation. Because I could actually afford it as back as 2016, but never occurred to me to actually move out of Nigeria permanently. So now we need to start having this conversation. Sometimes when we start conversation, it might not give us instant results. We might have a lot of pending conversation, but it's good we speak about it. Myself and Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus talk about the global cluster many months ago. Sorry, many years, few years, let's say a year plus ago now. And today we have the big platform, the biggest network where people are connecting and working together as a clusteria today. We talked about the London Tilbury Institute. Today we have them. The chances of us giving back or creating with tech is higher. So wherever knowledge we have, please, let's find a way to talk about it. Another person called me a few months ago and said, "Hey, my son is a nurse. I want him to come out practice in the UK." Just about 4 months ago. I'm like, what is it going to do? Where is it going to get the money? He said, yeah, that's why I'm calling you. What can he do? Then I talked to another person. That will say, hey, let him come under your program. They can come and do a short course. Okay, yeah. I tried to find a short course. I realized that this guy just needed to do a skill exam to register with UK NMC and become a UK registered nurse with PIN. Boom, I said, how much will it cost? Everything doesn't cost more than 1,500. Then we did that. Today the guy is in the UK. got a job in the UK, even as it's on a visit visa. I got a job with NHS last week. Now they are issuing COS, and the same solution that are given to now, we can replicate it to as many nurses that actually want to practice abroad in the UK, as long as they are registered nurse in Nigeria. And look at those small things, little conversation here and there. If you look at your life holistically, just look at a major change, major blessing, major thing that has happened. You see that it started from talking about it. The beautiful thing about life is that so many big dreams you have that never talk about can just be there, while something that you never know nothing about, and somebody's talking about it, and before you know, boom, that becomes the reality of your life. As a matter of fact, most of the reality of our lives are not the big things we dream, but we dream about. But the small thing we're able to communicate, and people are able to exchange words with us. In talking about real estate, you love it, even when you never plan to become a realtor, and today you realtor. Talking about military, then you hear about it. Talking about education, you hear about it. Talking about travel, that is how it happened. Let's talk more. Let's engage in intellectual conversation. Let's engage in talking things that can add value to people. Let's not say enough of talking. We've not even speak loud enough, because whatever we speak about has a tendency of becoming a reality. Manifestation can happen. So I want to encourage you. Don't fold your hand. I mean, praying to God and say, God, I'm not saying don't pray, don't misunderstand me, but do more of talking to God and to human beings. As you're talking to God, also talking to people. Don't expect miracle to happen in things you never talk about. Because even if after talking about that thing with God, you still need to talk with human being, and you don't even know who have got answers to the questions of your mind, and you don't even know who has got the investment, who has got the solution, who has got the message, who has got the connection, who has got the contact you need. And that's why we need to keep speaking about it. And that is how education is being happened. That is how to pass knowledge. Knowledge has to be passed in communication. So communication is very, very important. And if anybody is lacking communication skill, confidence, audacity, and boldness, all you need to do is to study a bit more. A lot of material on YouTube that you can actually use to learn how to communicate your intention. I do have this staff in my team. Oh my goodness. This lady will frustrate everybody because she just want to pass a simple message out. She lacked the capacity to just talk things the way it is, easy, gently, and pass the message simple. She want to complicate everything until when I discover it, okay, we're just going to put you on few videos, just watch what damages your communication, when you can cause when you communicate wrongly, and what impact you can make when you communicate rightly. And today she's catching up. So the first thing I want to say, I know I've spoken a lot actually, but I'm still doing around communication, conversation. Please speak up. Speak up. And when we are communicating, don't communicate all your problems. When you have all of us as we have like this, we have big problems. So we are not all okay. Everything is not rosy on this side, actually. In all honesty, everybody has got their pain. But the beautiful thing is that I can communicate my problem perfectly with somebody, and they invest into my problem, help me solve my problem without making them feel like they want to help me. They want to, because one of my biggest problems right now is that we just got another license. I'm about to share this with Ambassador. We just got another license. This license allows us to operate BSc qualification in the UK, meaning we own a university in the UK. And this license will cost us just about less than 100 quid. And right now, if I'm to be calling to people, I need 100 quid, I need 100 quid, I need 100 quid, we'll be like, you need 100 quid? Come on, girl. But when you start telling people, do you want to be part of a big thing? Do you want to own a university in the UK and everything is sorted just to obtain this particular license, this, and they can't verify it? Some of them begins to bring investors and say, I want to be part of it. And when you get it, 10 people to put 10 grand on ground, before you know, you have a standard school in the UK that you can bring as many thousand international students, local students. You can deal with government. They can send their student in and government pay for it. So it's as simple as that. So we should not communicate among, even if you are hungry, still communicate better. Just say, how about? I love my daughter. My daughter grabbed communication so smart lately. She'll say to me, Daddy, do you think I can have rice and chicken this evening? And from out, I said, what do you mean, do you think? If you want to have rice, tell me I want to have rice. Do you think? They said, Daddy, I'm thinking we can go out and eat for dinner. She actually wanted to go out for dinner, but if she says, that there's a way she will say it. She will even put please. There's a way she will say it. I will say, oh no, we're not eating out. But if she says the way she's been saying lately, I don't even know when I fall for it. Say, do you think she made me start thinking about it? And I begin to think about when I start thinking about it, it's going to be a fun thing to do, and we can afford it. Let's go now. I was like, okay, we can do it. Why did you say, Daddy, I want to eat shawarma tonight. I want you to buy me pizza tonight. I might say, why pizza? Do we not have food at home? Why pizza? No pizza. That's what I was saying. But when she say, Daddy, do you think we can have pizza at the restaurant this night with mommy and Bobo? We just spend time out. She actually craving pizza. She want to eat pizza, but she didn't want to make it like she's hungry. And this guy is just 4 years old.
There you go.
Girl. 4 years. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. I get impressed and I will do it because the way she actually says it. So communication is very, very important. And this way, I don't want to do a lot of more talk about London till career this morning, but maybe I'm still very much here. Maybe if I come in for second chance again, I'll be talking about courses and the likes. But this morning, this gap, we need to fill it. Communication, discuss it. And the best thing we can do for people right now is to give them listening ear. When we can make them say whatever they want to say, we listen to them, and then we're able to add value to whatever they want to say. It helps a lot. To be honest, it's more than money right now for some people. All they just need is someone to listen to them, someone to just show them that kindness. Kindness is the way of just listening to them. If we can do more of listening, more of talking and communicate with people, it's going to be a very good thing to do. Baba, I will just be here listening to a further person.
No worries. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Alex. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Alex is the CEO of Till Careers Institute. Someone very, very close to me. We have a lot of stuff going on together, business wise, and we just like with everything else within the global clusters, we're actually looking to move mountains with security courses. And the reason why I said I'm really happy that he's here today is because of the fact that an initiative was brought to me this week, which I intend to I really intend to look into it and work with it. And it obviously it circles around persons who are interested in joining the security industry. We have a number of courses that we want to bring to your attention, but this we'll probably talk about next week when I come on this platform, because I need to solidify it first with Dr. Alex and with His Excellency before we roll it out. I'm really, really grateful, Dr. Alex, that you're here, because it's really hard to get you on the phone. That's the reason why I messaged you this morning and said to you, I really need you to come on today, because this is our platform. This is what we need to talk about, and we need to bring people on board. I want to acknowledge the grand entrance of Sky Diva T, my baby. How you doing? I take it you're not jet lagged this morning.
She's in between locations, so she's not able to talk, but she can listen.
That's fine.
She sent a message earlier.
Excellent.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. If you can see the treasure boxes, please do click and collect on them. Dr. Alex, I completely agree with you with communication, and we have to start early. We start at home, with our children. We start when we are mentoring, when we're doing leadership courses, when we're in the room, when we're on the bus. It's the way, if you can communicate with people, even when you disagree with them, that's the way forward, because the more we communicate, the more we get our ideas across in a positive way. Even when we disagree with people, we're able to better connect as a society. I appreciate you, Michael, for having these lives in the mornings on a Saturday, because it starts the day off and it starts the conversation off, and the conversation stays in our head for the rest of the week.
That's right.
We are able to then share it with other people as well and say, hey, these are the kind of conversations we're having. This is what the global cluster is about. This is what you with your skill can bring into the clusters and how you can benefit. And it all, as you said, Dr. Alex, starts with communication. If Sky doesn't communicate with me, I would never have met up with you, Michael. If she didn't listen, and if she wasn't like the sort of person who thinks she listens to you and she lets you get your point across, and she does feedback.
That's right.
And so you also have the opportunity to listen and learn from her as well.
That's right.
There's certain things I've learned. I started using TikTok as to do lives in May, I think it was. And I was very nervous about coming up here and talking in front of people. But the more I do it, the more confident I get.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
You know, so the more you do it, the more confident you get. But you need somebody there that will talk to you and encourage you.
That's right.
And that's the step.
That's right.
Dr. Alex, you said your daughter tells you, what do you think about this? Because she's learning, because she's heard you talking to someone and convincing them about something and saying, what do you think about this? And so she's learned that. And she's now using that on you. Because I also noticed with my son, I used to say to him, if you run into the road, it makes me scared. So then one day I shouted at him and he goes, when you shout at me, it makes me nervous because I don't know why you're shouting at me. And I have to stop and think as well, because I realized what we show in front of our children, they mimic.
That's right.
So you're saying you're not sure that she's 4, you're not sure how she's been, because she's been watching you. She's been listening to the language, and she's also been seeing the reaction of when you use certain phrases and how people react to that. So instead of just going, can I have, she goes, what do you think about if we do as a family and then we get pizza? Because she realizes that's the way you negotiate. She's also learning that, which is a really good thing, because that means the next generation is learning about listening, watching, and negotiating, and also compromise.
That's correct.
And sometimes I have people that are my age, I'm going to be 50 next year, that do not know how to compromise, that do not know how to listen. So listening skills, communication is a very vital thing. So thank you very much for this morning.
Absolute pleasure. You know, like I said, guys, for those of you who are just joining me for the first time, please don't forget to click the heart up top, and give me a heart me. That way I know who you are. And if I haven't started following you, I'm going to start following you and start following your pages and your lives. For those of you who haven't subscribed, please, I'd appreciate if you subscribed, because that's what keeps me going. It gives me the encouragement and the wherewithal to keep this platform going, because I think it is a necessary platform. It's something that we all need to know about. A lot of us walk around without the knowledge, survival knowledge. You know, anywhere you are in the world, it's kind of like wrong to think that because you live in the UK or that you live in the US, therefore you are safe as you walk around. Security is massive. It's not just about walking around in a store. It's not just all about walking around with a firearm. You know, security could be the simplest of things, you know, i.e. a step that you take, you know, or somewhere that you look last minute and you realize that something's going on. So yeah, I'd appreciate some subscriptions up the top. Subscribe. It doesn't cost that much, you know, and you keep me going and you make me realize or see that what I'm doing is worthwhile. Also, I've got my gift challenges that I would appreciate if people help me to achieve. So moving swiftly on. Sky is busy. Mommy Jo has spoken. The ambassador.
I like to actually respond to Mommy Jo.
Sure.
Submission. She's actually very correct. Actually, honestly, the young people today, they learn directly from what we do. So sometimes when they do something, it's not far from home actually, because it might not be. They might pretend as if they're not hearing you when you do those things. But believe you me, they're actually watching, they're learning fast. But they might be like, they're not in the conversation with you. She knows that she's just too right, actually. She's just perfectly right. I'm a negotiator and I won't want to jump on people because I know the best way to do business with people is become their friends and solve their problem along as you actually also getting financial reward for it. So she's actually like, okay, I know you've been busy all day, you've been on sister. I think it's gonna be a nice idea. She's right. Actually, Mommy Jai is very, very, very correct. I agree with you. Thank you. And I've never seen that angle before. So now this careful with what, because the thing is, as they learn those positive, they can actually be picking up the negative.
That's very
if
true.
care is not taken.
That's very true. Now, at this junction, I'd like to call back in the global president to give us his submission on what I have now termed as security in the new normal. Because, you know, as I said when we started this live, you know, we're now moving into the realms of every person, that's every man, woman, and child, having to take a step back and start thinking about what we term or what we class as walking around secure, not just in ourselves, but in our communities. You know, what do we think we need to know? What do we think we need to learn? Because we've got Dr. Alex here, who, like I said, he and I are about to sit down and start to craft these workshops, different workshops, both here and in the Republic of Nigeria and in the Federal Republic of Turkey, you know, at some point before the end of this year, going into this time next year. I thoroughly intend to start to really dig in and dig deep into proffering that security knowledge onto people and learning from other people that certain things that I don't know. And over the next coming weeks and months, I'm hoping to bring in some more serious security minds to talk to people on this platform. So Your Excellency, please, could you bless us with a few words? Because today, unfortunately, I'm having to cut this a little bit short because I've been triple booked. As I said earlier on, as you can see from what I'm wearing, I've been booked to appear at an event this morning, and I will need to cut this short at around about 10 to 11 to get out of here. But I would really love to hear from the global president, because he's one person that he makes my Saturdays, especially by the time he finishes and he sums up. Your Excellency, over to you, sir.
Amazing. Yes. Thank you very much, retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin, the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Clusters. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. And I want to acknowledge my PA. Well done, Ekushe Takutako. I want to acknowledge Umjia. I want to acknowledge Grace to Grace, Dr. Alex. You're an amazing brother. So, the security of the new normal requires action. If you're watching, type action at the comment section. The security of the new normal requires action, not just talking. We all need to act. Everyone needs to act, because the change in the security sector that we all crave for will come around with our action, our doings. We all need to act about it. Stop talking about it and start acting about it. Start taking the right steps. All hands on deck. I've been talking to people. Yesterday, I spoke to somebody. I said, I have a great guy in the United Kingdom, born British. His name is retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin. I need him in Nigeria. What can we do? Everybody needs to act like that. When people bring project, we all need to get around ourselves. We all need to make steps. We all need to start doing something about it immediately. We don't just talk about it. We all need to act. Dr. Alex has mentioned something. Let's start acting. Can we get more schools to come around? Can we just talk to more schools? Let's start acting. A lot of times we have discussed so many things with no action. What action does for our deliberation is that it gives it life that is required. Ẹ̀mí tó máa tí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ máa fi máa mí ní ìṣe. Ìṣe ní nǹkan tí ó máa jẹ́ kí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a jọ tí gbogbo wa jọ ṣe yìí, tá a jókòó tá à ń sọ yìí, gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn ènìyàn ń gbọ́ àti àwọn ọmọ tó ń tiẹ̀ tí ìbí tó máa ṣe tọ́ lọ́la torí ó wà lórí YouTube ní ìṣe is not talking, it's good. Bó ṣe dáa tó, but ìgbésẹ̀ action, we all need to act. If Mommy just said something and said, black this one, that, everybody, we all need to get behind it. That is the spirit of the clustering. We must make sure that anybody around us that is doing something good, we act. The security of the new normal needs action to live. Everybody who are involved, whether you're a clusterian or you're a non-clusterian, our movement, our training, this training you are having now is free. As a matter of fact, do you know your vulnerability is creating insecurity in the community? Please refuse to be vulnerable. Start acting. Start taking steps. Go to our YouTube channel. Watch a lot of video. Watch the short format. Start taking the steps. Go to the London to Career Institute. Take courses. Every time you register into the Global Cluster, you are automatically taking a course in London Till with the combo package. This is a synergy between the Global Clusters and the London Till Career Institute. Take action. Action is needed. Action is your prayer. Action is what will make you who you dream or you think you want to be. Action is the ingredient we need in the security of the new normal. If we want to have a better world, we want to have a developed Nigeria, we want to have a developed Africa, we all need to take action. Over to you, sir.
Oh, I was just enjoying that. I was just enjoying that. Oh my goodness.
I didn't want, you were going out.
Oh no. I actually want you to do that for another 5 minutes, please. I was actually just
We are all formed. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, even the religious body, thinks it is the word you say that brings back about what happened into your life. No, it is the action you do. It's actually the real prayer. And that is why the Holy Scripture says, faith without work is a dead faith. So it means what will make you live is action. What positivity are you adding to your life on a daily basis? One thing is that I am so too much intentional. Every day I walk towards adding value. I am not the same person you know last week. No, never. As a matter of fact, I'm a changed person because of the new people I'm going to connect connect with, because of what I'm going to do, because of what I'm going to read, because of what I'm going to listen to, because of what I'm going to see with my eyes. Action is what we need. Every clusterian and non-clusterian needs to start acting right now. You need to start taking steps. You need to start acting. We are at this sorrow. The Russian news Nigeria channels, they might Oma sorrow. The Russian TVC, Oma sorrow. Everybody is talking, CNN is talking, BBC is talking, everybody is sorrow. Ewo, Oda, at sorrow. I can tell you, we're in the cluster of almost 20 people here, and if we all are intentional, just start taking action into deciding what kind of thing do you listen to, what kind of people do you move with, what kind of environment do you want to be seen, what kind of words do you feel acting is the life of the security of the new normal. Acting is another oil. It's a silent oil block that a lot of people don't know. A silent oil block that everybody is available to everybody to make an ordinary man a global citizen is action. Yeah.
Thank you so, Ambassador. That's a very, very, very profound one. And in all honesty, I 100% agree with you. You know, I used to tell people, your actions start from communication, but it's not end there. That's not the end of it. It's just the way to start. It's just the foundation. It's just the beginning of things. Let's say you're going to London from, let's say you're going to, let me favor, some of us are from Nigeria. Let's say you're going to Lagos from Ibadan, and you're not driving your own car. You want to go to the bus stop, then you're going to look into how can I get to the garage where I'm going to enter Lagos bus. Then you start asking questions. If you stop at asking the next person, hey, please, where is Lagos bus stop here? And they tell you where the Lagos bus stop is, and you stop there. You never take the next ride to go to Lagos bus stop, then enter a bus that is going to Lagos, then be away to Lagos. Then you would never be to Lagos. You would never reach Lagos. You won't be in Lagos. You will just know how to get to Lagos, and you will never be in Lagos. So action is very, very important. And in action, hidden, let me say, action is the womb that actually contains our results. Action is the womb that actually contains our expectation. So whatever we actually want to become, whatever we actually dream of, what kind of lifestyle we really want, please, it is good for us to start taking action about it. I used to say, people, I also round up so that I can give other people space to talk. We need to begin to think that change is in action. The change we're expecting is in action. And I tell people, look at me. If you can't change your country, change your state. If you cannot change your state, change your local government. If you cannot change your local government, then change your street. If you cannot change your street, change your house address. If you cannot change your house address, then change the way you arrange your house. If you cannot change the way you arrange your house, then change your bed. If you cannot change your bed, then change the bed spread. If you still cannot change your bed spread, then change the way you sleep on it. If you cannot change the way you sleep on it, if you cannot change the way you sleep on it, then change yourself. Because only if you can change, if you can just take that action to change. Good morning, ma'am. Welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. If you can only take action to just make a little change about yourself, your bedspread will change. The way you sleep on it will change. Your house will change. Your house address will change. Your local government will change. Your state will change. Your country will change. But if you find it difficult to change, to just make a little effort, taking the next action, then it will be difficult for the entire world to change. Thank you so much, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle for that angle, that perspective. I love it. And I fully agree with that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, my brother.
All right, guys, you know, today has been another one of those Saturdays where you know, if I wasn't such a strong-minded person, I'd almost have tears in my eyes, because a lot of the things that have been covered today has been absolutely amazing. I want to acknowledge the entrance of Olukunle Samuel Fafora, who is like a big brother to me. He's also another, as well as being a brother, he's also a colleague in the security industry, and someone whom I'm going to connect to Dr. Alex and the global president, because he's also someone who, like myself, could contribute a lot to the security sector, both here and in Nigeria. Before we round up, because I'm going to be rounding up very soon, I'd like him to just say a couple of words to us on the platform, because this is the first time I'm actually inviting him to speak. He's tried to get on. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take that opportunity now to round up. And as I do every week, before I go, I want to jump on the back of what the global president said, and on the back of what Dr. Alex said, and that is the watchword, at least for the next 7 days to the end of this month, is action. Right? I'm not really. I mean, I do like to talk, but I'm also a man of action. You know, I don't. You know, and sometimes my actions do get me into trouble because of the fact that I see a lot of things that some people do as wasting time, procrastinating, and not getting the job done. You know, as my father used to say to me when I was growing up, why do tomorrow what you can do today? You know, today, right now, is the time for us to act. Today, right now, is the time for us to put security at the forefront of what we do, what we say, and how we think. You know, I'm not saying that everyone has to go out there and be a security professional. I'm not saying that everybody has to go out there and be a security expert. What I am saying, though, is everybody out there must be security conscious. You know, we owe a duty to ourselves and to our nation, or respective nations, because I do understand, and I do acknowledge the fact that maybe not all of us are from Nigeria, but I do acknowledge the fact that we are all human beings and we are all persons of color. So whatever nation we come from, we have to be conscious of that, and we need to join forces in order to make Africa great again. Yes, and as Dr. Alex said, how you lay your bed is how you'll sleep on it. You know, nobody washes their clothes and takes them out of the washing machine and puts them straight on. You wait for them to dry and make them comfortable by ironing them and making them look good. And your appearance is what people judge you by. And if people know that you are a security conscious person or somebody who has a purpose in life, then people will latch onto you, and they will actually. Yes, sir.
My PA is saying that she can come up now.
Oh, excellent. Right, I would like for a few minutes to hear from Sky Diva T, because you know this is another one of my anchors. She's also the PA to my boss, and if I don't let her speak, I might get the sack. So, Sky Diva T, please bless us with your presence. Where are you? Hello, are you there? Come in, wherever you are.
Sky, I'll drop you and I'll put you back up again. I think there might be a problem with the connection.
All right. She's still not back yet? Oh, there we go. Here she comes. Dum, 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 dum. La 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 la.
Yes, now it works. Good morning.
Hey Sky, how you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you for indulging me. I know I came in really late, and unfortunately I can't stay. But I just wanted to say a few quick words. I heard some of Dr. Alex's speech, and I also heard my last speaking, His Excellency. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I know I say that I sound like a broken record, but I do appreciate you taking the time out to join us this morning. The work that it is important, it's imperative. And I'm just grateful that you are here, that you show up, and that you are encouraging and supporting my brother, Theo Grace. He's one that, right? He's my brother. And he's doing great work, and I keep telling the ambassador not to worry. I know he said it today. I'm bringing him. Relax. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Don't worry. We're working on him. Like I said, I didn't really hear much of what was going on today in particular, but I do want to urge each and every one of you to, join hands with us to do the work on the first areas and let us push and move the work forward in achieving our goals together, because this is not an individual project, it's about all of us. We all going to benefit from it. And even now, in its developing stages, you can already see the impact we are having. So you can imagine that we have full capacity, the kind of work that we can do. I also want to encourage you that we need to sign up and we go on the app. Use it. You can use it for voice calls, you can use it for video calls. I'm talking to you, Chris, just looking at you with both of my 4 eyes. Use the app, utilize the app. And if there are any issues that you see with this report, you ask so that it can be fixed. This is how we gain excellence, by fixing our issues. But that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will also sign off. And I hope to see everybody on Tuesday with Manager and on Thursday with Manager. I normally go on Tuesdays. I will see about this today. Last week we were talking about neuro-linguistic programming, and Dr. Alex should have been in the room. I had another room when he said, I think you should have been with us last week. He was amazing when that's about. So on that note, this is me saying goodbye and have a wonderful day, everybody.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That is most appreciated. Sky Diva, because she's taken time out of no time to come in here and grace us with her presence. And on that note, I would like to call the big boss back in to submit to do his submission for us, as he does every week. And then I can go and get myself ready to face you all again next week, Saturday. But in the meantime, also to jump on with Mummy Jo and Sky Diva during the week. So, Your Excellency, over to you, sir.
Who are we? We're a consortium of professionals or upcoming professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate and quality knowledge of our industry, because that is what gives us the right power. Accurate and quality information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate and quality connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We are not just a social media platform where you can send a connection request, accept, give a follow back. We have a marketplace. We don't have the first instant monetization in the world, but we are the first nation-building social media platform that promotes morals, that advance humanity forward, that showcase every good thing, not just in Nigeria, but in the whole of Africa and beyond. It's the Global Clusters is a platform where we mine and produce quality and accurate leaders, quality and accurate technocrats, quality and accurate entrepreneurs, and quality and accurate professionals. And we're saying that if you're listening to us, you're head of an organization or something, you can adopt us. Good news to all Clusterians, the NYC in Nigeria has called on us to say, let's discuss our collaboration. That's a very big good news for us. And to join the Global Clusters, you need a one-time lifetime, 61,000 Naira as a Clusterian, where you have access to the London Career Institute course and the combo package makes a lot of sense. And as a vendor that want to sell in the marketplace and you want Cluster to help you promote your product into Facebook, Instagram, X, and WhatsApp, is 81,000 one-time lifetime. We're on Play Store, or you go to www.theglobalclusters.org. That is TheGlobalClusters and .org on Safari. And you can do an home screen app, something like that. We can show you how to do that. So see you again this evening. We're going to be having accurate knowledge and information revolution by 5 p.m. Next week, Saturday, don't miss Let's Talk Security by retired Sir Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin. And we want all your submissions. If you're just watching, you need to go and watch everything that we have said. I want you to submit at the comment sections. You understand? What's your take on today's topic? And thank you very much. See you in the evening by 5 p.m. on accurate knowledge and information revolution of the global clusters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much also.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Mummy
Thank you,
Joe.
Michael, for
Take care.
being
Have a
here.
great day. Have a